This is the Scherzo from Mendelssohn's Midsummer Night's Dream. Of the excerpts that I will demonstrate today, I think the Mendelssohn Scherzo is perhaps the most technical. And what I mean by that is that it has really one main issue which we want to see players demonstrate well in an audition, and that is good control of the bow stroke and tempo. Of course, intonation is, still needs to be considered, but I think that this excerpt, because of the nature of it, and I think it generally sits well in the left hand, so it's not as difficult as some of the other excerpts. So the number one thing that you have to do well, again, is the tempo and pulse. It's extremely critical for this excerpt, and it just becomes very difficult because of the stroke and. Because when you play, this kind of stroke is very easy to rush, and that's usually the number one problem that people will do, especially when you're nervous in an audition. Your heart's beating faster, and things get a little bit tense, and then it's very easy to lose control, and it's very easy to rush. So, metronome practice is crucial to learning this excerpt well. Because again, the 3/8 time signature and the light bow stroke, it just makes it very easy to rush. So I'll say it again. Practice it very well with the metronome. And also this excerpt, has a very light and playful feeling. So we must find a good, the appropriate stroke for it. Of course, it's off the string, but it needs to be controlled. And I would try to not bounce too high. But when you do the staccato stroke, if we bounce too high, the sound is not so great, and it's also harder to control. So when we bounce, try to stay close to the string. Okay. Also, another thing, we want to try to, find fingerings that kind of sit in our hand well, and I think we want to try to avoid unnecessary shifting and also, bad string crossings. I think when we're playing the stroke, if we have a lot of string crossings, it's going to be harder to control. So I think we want to, find fingerings that are very comfortable to play, and it's especially this passage at number 41 is probably the most challenging. So you see, I make some kind of like subtle shifts that allow me to avoid any weird string crossings. If we have to cross all the time, it becomes very difficult to play. So try to find fingerings that avoid too many unnecessary string crossings. While I said that this is a very technical excerpt, but I think one danger is that because it's technical, there's a danger that we can sound a bit too mechanical. And so, like with any excerpt, of course, but especially this one, we always have to think musically. So with our stroke, when we have, different, dynamics or shapes or phrasing, we can make subtle variations in the stroke so that it doesn't sound like just like a machine, taka 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 taka. But we have to make shape. To bring out the shape. We don't put. So it's a very, very small difference, but it's very important. So again, no machine-like stroke, but we always have to make music. To make music and don't let it sound too technical. But that being said, we still need to find a good tempo and good control of the stroke.